Marc Raimondi for ESPN, joined today by UFC welterweight contender Gilbert Burns on the heels of a huge win over Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, the UFC 264 in Las Vegas just a few weeks ago. I wanted to start off talking about that fight, Gilbert, because to me, one of the hardest guys in the division to fight is Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. He presents so many different challenges, especially on the feet, and you were able to conquer those challenges. How did you do that?
A lot of preparation. I brought a couple karate guys. One of those was Raimondi, and we got a great game plan, and I was able to execute. Guy was tough. Nothing that I didn't tell in the training with Raymond, and then with all the kickboxing that we train here at Sanford MMA. But yeah, it was exactly like it. I thought it would be even harder, but I was able to execute. We did a lot of wrestling for that fight, and I shot 4 times. We got 3 takedowns, 1 double leg, 1 single leg, 1 body lock. So yeah, execution was good. I think I dominated.
Yeah, I mean, it was a really impressive performance, and I was surprised a little bit because the crowd didn't seem to like it, and I don't know if they were just excited to see the next fight, Conor McGregor, Dustin Poirier, but maybe it wasn't your most exciting performance. We've seen you knock guys out in a matter of seconds, but it's hard to fight a guy like Wonderboy, right? I mean, you can't. It's hard to look super impressive against Wonderboy, right?
It's very hard. Not a lot of guys did, and then it's even hard to say. I always try to finish. The only thing that I think I will kind of repent on that fight was a couple shots that I accidentally gave on the back of the head because he was moving. I was trying to find a way. Unfortunately, couples end up going to the back of the head. That's my only, the only thing that I repent on that fight, my only concern. But besides that, I dominate the guy, I control the guy that has a very, on the numbers, has one of the best takedowns defense. I went there and I took the guy down 3 times and dominated, kind of like manhandled that guy. Every time that I got to him, I took him down and I control. I don't think I'm done, but there's not much to say about it. I think it was a great performance for sure. And I agree, it wasn't the most excited, but I watched the fight a couple of times after. And it wasn't that boring. It was a good fight. It was a good performance for sure. The crowd wanted to see a lot of more action. One of the first event open in Vegas. I understand, but I think it was a good fight.
Yeah, of course. And with someone like Wonderboy, you can't take too many risks on the feet. And I think you did what you had to do to win and got the job done. And that's the most important thing, because to me, this puts you right now back in that conversation for the title. You lost to Kamaru earlier this year, but very few people, like you said, have beaten Wonderboy Thompson. And now that puts you right back in that conversation. So what is next now? Who do you want, and when do you want to fight again?
I want the guys on the highest level. I want the toughest guy on that division, and I think that taking out of Kamaru Usman and Kobe Covington, right? Those guys are out of the conversation because they already scheduled to fight. Next guy available is supposed to be Leon Edwards. I called him out a couple of times, didn't hear nothing back. I just saw him, Masvidal, going on Twitter saying he's available for December. I called him out, he didn't reply on that. He didn't say nothing. And Leon too. So I don't know if it was to me or Gilbert, who you want? I want Leon. That's the fight that I want. If Leon doesn't want, I would say give me Masvidal. If Masvidal doesn't want, then give me freaking Nate Diaz. Because I think a lot of people will watch that fight. The guy brings a lot of eyes, and he wants to fight for the title. I think that's the thing that he said. He wants to, I'd rather fight like Kamaru. That was the guy that he was saying. If you want to get to Kamaru, just pass through me, And then those are the 3 guys that I'm looking at right now. And we get my guy Luque fighting Kies. I do believe that Luke's going to get a big win. And if not, if something goes wrong, that's an opponent right there, Chiesa, if everything goes wrong, but that's not what I want. I want Luque to win, but I don't see a lot of more opponents than that, I don't know right now. We'll see.
No, I mean, it doesn't seem like anyone makes sense because, you position yourself at the top of the division. And like you said, Usman is fighting Covington now. We know that for sure. So the only guys that would really, be significant enough for you to fight are the guys you mentioned, the Masvidals and Leon Edwards and Nate Diaz. I mean, do you think that's realistic? Dorino versus Nate Diaz next. Is that a possibility?
If the homie's not scared, don't be scared, homie. I fight him. That would be, I think, a good fight. Rio de Janeiro against Stockton, it would be a nice one. So I think it's realistic. I think, if he's not scared, if he really have that freaking gangster, fight the best guys in the division, I'm the number 2. Come and fight me. They want to make that card in November, MSG. I do him 5 rounds. Can be co-main, can be main event. I do 5 rounds with him. Why not? I think a lot of people will tune in to watch that fight. That one definitely not going to be boring. He's not going to be freaking jumping around like your Wonder Boy. I like that fight.
And you definitely want to fight before the end of the year, right?
100%, more than once, if for sure, if it makes sense, But if they give me the right fight, I'll fight October. I'm ready to go. Get no injuries, nothing, and for sure, at least one more time.
You kind of rose in the division by fighting a lot. You want to kind of get back to that activity?
Yes, for sure, if it makes sense, right? Because I'm not going to be fighting a guy that's not ranking than the other guy, but if those guys that make sense who wants to fight, yeah, why not? Yeah, I would love to get busy again.
So you mentioned, of course, Usman, your former teammate, is defending the title against Colby Covington next. That's going to be in November. They're hoping to put that fight in Madison Square Garden, which obviously would be a really big main event for New York. How do you see that fight going? Obviously, Usman super well, and I'm sure you've watched a ton of Covington. How does that second fight play out? Is it like the first one? Is it different?
I think it's going to be different. It has to be different. But I see as of right now, I see Kamaru as a favorite. He just got, 3 fights after that fight. One was, let's say, a boring one against Masvidal, the first one in Abu Dhabi. Then he freaking finished me, and he finished Masvidal, and he been looking freaking amazing. And he's a beast, a gas tank too. Masvidal, Covington beat Woodley, but Woodley came from losing 10 rounds to that fight. And Colby, I like that style. I like to fight. But I put a little bit more advantage for Kamaru just because of the activity, the guys that he's fighting. People have no idea the pressure that you go into a title fight. It's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of developing, a lot of evolving going to those fights. And Kamaru is the busiest guy working, and I see a lot of advantage for Kamaru. And I think if Kamaru finish that Kamaru 2018, 19 finishing, that Kamaru this year, he's for sure is going to get a finish against Colby.
You think Usman is better, maybe a lot better now than he was in December 2019 when he fought Colby the first time?
100%. He's been looking better. He's been. I think Kamaru is getting to a level. It's going to be hard. I think I still believe that I can't beat Kamaru even though we lost. But I think I made so many mistakes that I shouldn't have done. But yeah, 100%. He's evolving. He's getting better.
So you're going to be in Houston next week to corner your best friend Vicente Luque against Michael Chiesa. And that fight, as you mentioned, has significance for you too. It's your division. It's the welterweight division. Let's say Luque wins, and I know that you're confident in your guy Luque. And now both of you are top contenders. Who gets the title shot first? Do you guys draw straws? Do you do like a grappling tournament in the gym to see who gets the title shot first?
We both recall it, and then we'll see what the UFC is gonna do. I'm gonna have a conversation to him, and then I want to tell him, hey, if beating that guy, if it comes a very freaking devastating fashion, you should ask for Kamaru fight, or if you know Kamaru, Leon Edwards. I think a rematch with Leon Edwards or Kamaru, that's what he should call, and we'll see. I like the guy a lot. He been helping me a lot, been helping him a lot, and the only thing is we both have the same dream, but we talk about it. I would not like that, but I can drop down to 55 if the fight makes sense. I freaking would hate that, but I don't want to fight. I'm not fighting Luque, and then we'll see. But I definitely want him to beat Chiesa, and we'll see. I think if he does get a finish, it's a big case for a title shot too.
I talked to Vicente, a few months back, and he said that the one guy that he'd never fight is you. You guys are best friends. Your families are friends. That fight is never going to happen. I assume you agree with that sentiment.
Yeah, we we fight each other when we fight. When I fight, I spar him before. When we're gonna fight, we're gonna fight Friday, Saturday next week before his fight. But that's it. He's a brother to me. A guy that we share a lot of things. No way I'm fighting Luke for no money. We're gonna spar. We're making each other better, but there's no way I'm fighting Luke. He's a brother to me. We know so well each other in the family, and I cannot even imagine. It would be freaking weird. I don't want that.
It's kind of crazy that there are 3 maybe top 5 welterweights that all kind of came up in the same gym, Black Zillions, and now it's of course Sanford MMA. Usman, you and Luque, you guys are all, you're all 170 now. I know you started at 155. I mean, that's a testament to the gym, right? Developing those, 3 top flight fighters in the same division.
Crazy, right? And even more crazy, freaking South Florida. Kobe Covington, Masvidal, Kamaru, me, Luque, crazy, right? And I think that the coach are doing a good job, and then we put it on the work, and then we get into that level, but still a lot more to come. I'm excited with those next fights. We get a lot of big teams, Sanford MMA, and a lot of more to come.
For sure, yeah, that could be like they call it the Florida weight division with all you guys living in that area. Last thing I wanted to ask you, I know that you enjoy giving your picks and being an analyst. So help me out here. Next week, Derrick Lucas against Ciryl Gane, a super interesting matchup for the UFC interim heavyweight title to headline UFC 265 in Houston. How does that fight play out, and who do you think wins?
Man, Gane is looking very good in the last couple of fights. But even though the brain wants to go with Ciryl Gane, but bro, I freaking love Derrick Lewis, freaking the Black Beast. I'm a fan, and I want him to win. It's gonna be a tough one, but he can make it happen. He's a freaking professional. We call him, me, a couple of guys that we watch, we call him professional brawler. That guy can brawl. It's not that he's gonna lose. No, he's a professional brawler. That guy he can brawl, Even the guy's very technical, he can make that brawl, and I think he's gonna make it happen. I got Derrick Lewis on that one.
You think he finishes?
I think he finished. I think he's a professional brawler, like a different level brawler.
That would, if he did that, that would probably pop that crowd in Houston, his hometown, pretty hard, huh? And you'll be there to experience it, possibly.
That would be crazy one, and I cannot wait for this one. I'm excited for this one. It's unfortunate what happened to Francis, but I see on a better way. I see a contender, Francis or Derrick or Ciryl, gonna get to a title shot, gonna become an interim champion, and you're gonna make crazy pay-per-view money fighting Francis. So it's a great opportunity.
And both of those guys have like a story with Ngannou too, because Ciryl Gane is his former training partner in France, and Derrick, they had like one of the worst fights of all time that a few years ago in Vegas, where like neither of them threw like any punches. It was horrible. I certainly don't think the rematch would be like that if they fought again.
No, I hope not. That one was bad. People want to say about my fight. Come on, watch my fight and watch this fight. My fight was nice. We were on the board. People just don't understand grappling, head position control, hips control, and that. But my fight was way, way, way better than that fight.
I can't disagree with you there, man. Gilbert, thank you so much for the time. Appreciate it. Hope you get the fight that you want, and hopefully see you once or maybe twice before the end of 2021.
Meet you. Nate, don't be scared, homie. Let's go.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.